It's time for a Damn Good Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Shelby Clement. From corporate executive to CEO to entrepreneur and the founder of Damn Good Marketing Live, this podcast is all about digital marketing, building a business you love, and creating a brand that's authentic to who you are. So if you're ready for honest, raw marketing conversations that you will not find anywhere else, let's freaking get it. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, everyone, welcome to the show. Welcome to another episode of Damn Good Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Shelby Clement. I have Brittany here with me. Holy crap, we met last, February at Girlfriends of Business, and then we were just in Keisha's mastermind together, and you are a freaking force to be reckoned with. Tell everybody hi and tell everybody.
Hello. Hi. Thanks for having me. I just freaking love you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so excited for you to be here. Okay, tell everybody who you are and what you do, because I want to dive into so many things. Y'all, she's got a lot of crap going on, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be so good for our community to talk about. Go.
Yes. And I can't wait to meet with Alex to unpack it even better because
Yes.
you have inspired me. My name is Brittany Burnham. I live in Albany, New York, and I am a gym owner turned into an online coach, mindset empowerment coach, podcast host of Mom Boss Maximizer, and host of Guts Girls Using Their Strengths, an event every year in March. So I'm a mom of 4. I'm a bonus mom. Yeah, bonus mom and mama. I just, I've got all the hats and lots of plates that stack up on a daily basis.
Oh my God, there's so many questions. Okay, here we're going to go. We're going to start with this because you started your journey with Hit It With Britt, right? On Instagram.
Yeah.
And is that what led you to build your actual dream facility, correct?
Well, yeah, I was actually a single parent living in my mom's basement at the time. So a lot of the obstacles started then and trauma started then. And I was actually an athletic director of an all-girls charter high school. And some changes happened there. My whole body was changing. So I'm like, hey, let's go back to school to be an ultrasound tech, and hated it. Just wanted to help people. I was just trying to do the trial and error thing, which is great because it's part of my human design. So I tried it, didn't like it. And then at this point, I had to realize just stop and pause and start taking, my baby was 1. And I was on food stamps. I was in 3 jobs, and it was a very humbling experience. And I said, I just need to take care of myself. Let's go. And then I started working out almost every day in my mom's basement while she was sleeping or in between all the jobs. And when I transformed my mindset to my body, it's like, shoot, I can do this for other women. So I started it in my mom's backyard, and then it transitioned into an empire. It grew pretty rapidly. And that was 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you say, okay, there's a lot to unpack at this point, because how would you say your mindset was in that moment you were a single mother, you were living in your mom's basement, you were on food stamps, you went and did something that you thought you were going to love, you didn't love it. And then all of a sudden, how did you get the shift from, how did you not fall into the, I feel sorry for myself, I don't know what else to do, I guess this is what my life is, to building a badass empire with Hit It With Britt first? How did you dig yourself out of that?
I definitely leaned into my support. My mom was everything. She was between helping support with my daughter, also helping just be my motivator, and my family is everything. I come from a very strong background of women. So, and I knew I was capable of, I was a 3-sport athlete. I was a Division I athlete. I have a lot of resilience and overcome even much bigger struggles back 6 years prior to that. So at that point, I just knew I was capable of more, and I had a bigger purpose. My daughter was 1. So I knew I had to give her the life that I always envisioned. So I was always a big visionary, and I was always very ambitious. When I set a goal, I would just freaking do it. But I'm now unpacking all that of how I did things back then is now how I can do things now. So it was really just, I had the faith and the values and belief in myself and the confidence in myself, just didn't know how to do it. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have money to invest in any coaches. So it was
with the strength, isn't it crazy? The strength you get in the hardship times when you're and you look back and you say, how the hell did I survive that season of my life?
Yes. And that is, I love like going back and thinking that, because I'm like, I always say to myself, if I could do that back then, I can do this now. I always say
Yes.
to myself, if you're handed it, you can handle it. Like
Yes.
that's my thing. And that's where sometimes there'll be points, like there are points still now where I'm just like, what the, just
Yes.
saying why, but I'm really trying. I always try to shift it. Like whatever I am saying and modeling for my children, I want them to have that resilience and have that adaptability, because I think everything in entrepreneurship and motherhood is adapting to life's changes, because there's
Yes.
like, it only gets harder and we
Yeah.
just have to, yeah, right.
Trust me, because every day you're like, "Am I doing this right? Shit, I don't know."
Right.
Okay, how did you go from Hit It With Britt to a beautiful dream? Because like when I met you in person in Keisha's event, like truly deep dive with you. You talked about you built your dream facility. This is like perfection. Like you have a gym that you own. Where did you go from Hit It With Britt to this point? Like how did
Yeah.
you know you were ready for this? Why did you do this? Or did you love it? Like give us everything.
Yeah. So when it was pre-pandemic and I met my fiance, and we're in the blended family now. So it that's when things started to shift. Like I knew, like, okay, I've always wanted a family, and I couldn't keep getting up at 4 o'clock every single morning and working till 8 o'clock every single morning working in my business. So
Yeah.
I started strategizing about just delegating all these responsibilities of working in the business and not coaching as many classes on the floor. So I knew there was a lot of, just like in the gym space, it is a lot of, burn and churn, people coming in and out. You don't hold a lot, like having a team is difficult for like long term. So I knew I needed to change that. And I
Mm,
wanted to have like long-term growth and sustainability, and also potential scale, like growth
yeah.
of the gym. I wasn't sure, because Hit It With Britt was like such a great brand. I didn't know about anything about branding. So during that time, pre-pandemic, I was just like, okay, I need to talk about what a rebrand would look like. So I started brainstorming. That's when I started investing in personal development and coaching, and with my team, who I brought 2 people on full time at that time. So I started shifting back and just, exchanging time and money
Yeah.
and wanting more financial freedom. And then pandemic hit. Like I had a facility. I literally was just about to sign the papers. And that was the first week of March. And then it was March 17th. And we were shut down for 6 months up here. Like New York and New Jersey and California were the longest. So another shifting moment, and I waited to rebrand. So during that time, did a lot of inner work, but also had to save my freaking business, because
Yeah.
everyone, I mean, like, everyone became the next best trainer
Yeah.
online. And so so I had just had my baby as well. And so I wasn't really home at all her first year, and
Yeah.
then, so I, like, honestly, like, it was so hard. A lot happened.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
No,
Um,
it's okay.
and, and then, it was one of those things where, like, we came out of it stronger. I rebranded when we opened back up, and then during that time, I was designing the new facility. Like, I've always had these huge visions of bringing more of, like, the modernized luxury feel to the capital of New York, which
Yeah.
is Albany. Like, a lot of people think New York. So I used to love going to like New York City and all these other big cities to find inspiration. So built a
Yeah.
dream facility, moved in almost 2 years, but then felt stuck. So yeah, there's
What
some
did you
things.
do what did you do in that moment of feeling stuck? Like, where was the shift?
The shift was really like, when I got in here, I was very confused, feeling very guilty, didn't know how to explain it. And I wasn't coaching anymore. I had a full-time staff of 4 people at this time I just delegated everything. So I'm like, what's next for me?
Yeah. Oh,
What am
I
I,
do.
right? And I was trying to figure out, once we moved into this facility, is, do I want to franchise? Do I want to open more locations? Um, and it was a lot to it was a lot for me to be in a blended family, and to be present, but also be there for my community.
Yeah.
It was a big tug at my heart because everyone wanted me to be coaching me. So these people pleasing tendencies and guilt just started like layering,
Piling up.
layering.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when I was just trying to figure out like what space do I want to be in? How do I want to continue to coach people if I'm not coaching on the floor? So that's when I started trying to figure out like, okay, this online space, I want to impact more people. Stop playing small. Like I feel like I was just
Yes.
playing small, and like I used to dream so big, and I stopped. Like this was here at the facility so big, but I also there's more to life than just health and fitness, and I
Yes.
felt that so deep down because of like just my life evolving, just because of
Yes.
motherhood. And, so that's where I was like, okay, I know I can impact more people. And like how I did it so fast. And I was coaching so many, like hundreds and thousands of people in and out of my gym. Like I had a 500 membership, 500 people who would I had classes of like 80 people, 70 people.
That's insane.
It was crazy.
I love how you said stop, like, you started playing small, though, after you were mega successful, and, like, the
Yeah.
thing what happened there and what I'm learning, and, like, correct me if I'm wrong, is the more we grow and the more we get uncomfortable to where is next, what does next look like, and the growth aspect of it is, holy shit, I get scared, and I'm
Mm.
like, there's so much relying on me at this point that I'm scared. So now what? And then that's where the tendencies of let me play small comes in place. When in reality, it's like now is the time to be a risk taker. Now is the time to really put in because you've seen the success you've gotten over a short period of time.
Mhm.
All right, guys, I'm thrilled to introduce to you one of our incredible sponsors, Career Dental. Now let's talk about what makes Career Dental stand out. First off, they've got these fantastic and quirky hours that really cater to folks like me and you with jam-packed schedules. And get this, their team is just like us, balancing work and family life. So when they say they got your best interest at heart, they really mean it. But here's the kicker. Career Dental isn't just your average dental clinic. Nope, they're all about going above and beyond. From treating TMJ to offering therapeutic Botox, they're seriously dedicated to keeping your smile and jaw healthy. And when it comes to cosmetic treatments like veneers, Invisalign, and professional whitening, they're total pros. So if you're ready to take your dental care to the next level, look no further than Career Dental. Schedule your appointment today and get ready to experience top-notch care from a team that truly cares. Trust me, you won't regret it. Visit their website at www.careerdentalstudio.com. And so did this lead you? Is this what opened the doors for you now to do your coaching aspect
Yes.
of your life?
Yes.
Okay. Walk us through that and what it looks like to work with you in the coaching aspect of things. Where did this mindset shift turn? Did you start investing in people to help you pull this out of you? Did you have someone say you need to start coaching just because you're good at what you do? Did you have some random person that's been following you forever say, how did you get to where you are? Can you coach me on the business side? How did this Brittany come?
I had so many people reach out to me and ask me about how to start a gym
Yeah.
and how to become a personal trainer. So that started in my head. However, it wasn't lighting up I wasn't super energized by that. I was like, okay, again, like this mother hat and the amount of responsibilities and tasks, like this load, it means something because if I can handle all this and manage my household and manage my team and a community this large, then like there's something bigger of who I can speak to and
Yes.
who I can just connect with. And that's where I felt like I felt alone. That was it. Like I felt very alone because I am I wasn't contributing the way that I know that I can.
Yes.
So I invested in a new coach, and the first thing he said to me was, "Okay, stop listening to a podcast for 2 weeks. You are consuming way too much and you're just doing busy work. You're not even coaching. And when's the last time you talked about your story?" And I'm like, "Oh, people know my story." He's like, "What do you like? Yeah, your community maybe knows your story, but like other people you're talking about." So I was with him for almost a year and a half. And he really helped that inner work of trying to get out of this fear of rejection, the fear of the unknown. And I'm an Enneagram 3. So that is actually one of my unhealthy habits,
Yeah.
is these patterns of fear. And so that's where the light switch happened and the aha moments happened. But it's been it's been a year to a year and a half of this, I would say, this transition. It's a little bit slower than I anticipated,
Yeah.
in terms of just where I fully feel aligned. And like, it's not until this past, since I've been working with you ladies and been the mastermind, where it's like the alignment and that coming out of that cocoon and like being a butterfly is
Yeah.
happening. Like, that's where yeah.
So you said multiple things just now that I would love to like dive into. Number one is you are lonely. And so a lot of times what I've
Mm.
heard in this industry is if there isn't a room that you feel like you should be a part of, then you should cultivate your own room that you desire to be a part of. And so that is where your event came about, Guts. This is
Yes.
where my event has come about, because it's truly like I want to give back to this community because we know what it's like to be in the places that they're in. So how
I
can we
love that.
really give that back?
I love that you said that. Thank you so much. That like just reminds me of the past year, because for the past year, when everything when everything shifted, I started putting myself in the rooms, like local rooms of like the chambers and some more corporate-y. And I just remember bankers. I just like,
Yes.
it was just like not aligned. I just
It
was
was
not
boring
feeling.
as shit. Just say boring as shit. That's all I'm gonna
It's so
say.
boring. I was leaving just like no clarity, no
Yes.
connections. And that's when I started Mom Boss Maximizer podcast. And I like came out and said that. I'm like, I need to connect with more women, because I need to receive just as much as give.
Yes.
And then that's when I created Guts, because Guts used to be all health and wellness at my old gym. And then it's been 4 years. So I brought it back this March, and it was kind of like a storyline of my life. I had 4
I
different
love
panels,
that.
and it was so powerful. Like, it was the most empowering experience. And to put that on and to see it come to fruition, because the vision was pretty quick. It took 6 weeks, and sold out. So it was
Yes,
so much
because you're
fun.
badass. You're a baddie. And you recognized this is what you this is the key component here. Number one, you're now realizing the purpose that you're being led to fulfill. And two, you had a vision and you actually implemented it. So there's so many people out there that like have these big dreams and these big goals and they want to do all these things, but in reality, they don't do the work that they need to do in order to get it done. And
Yeah.
you did. So am I shocked that you sold that shit out? Absolutely not. Am I shocked that it was still successful as shit when you got snowed the hell in or whatever happened up there the day of the event?
Yep.
Absolutely not, because you are a powerhouse that this is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And you also said something about like this is it's okay to not really get clarity and understand what you're supposed to be doing in the moment that you want to feel that. Because
Mm.
it takes time. And when you finally get it, so like just like me and you, I mean, the whole world knows I had a big ass question mark over my head before the K-show event. That's fine. And like you said, we gave you the clarity. God
Mm.
has the perfect time for everything in our life to be shown. And the fact that it needed to be this moment where you're like, now I have the clarity to bring to the table to these women of the coaching that I can help them with, because if I can do it, you can do it. Let me
Yeah.
share my strategies with you that I have. And so that for you is absolutely a beautiful thing.
Thank you. And that's the thing. I had this fear of looking messy and not being
Yes.
perfect. And I finally, like, when I came out to say it in my community, on my podcast, on my Instagram, on my stories, I'm like, I'm saying a lot. Like, this shit's messy, guys. Wait, can I curse on here?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
Okay.
damn good. Damn.
Good
Yes.
Damn. Okay. I was
Yes.
like, this is messy. And I don't know if you're looking at me saying messy, like, why is she going from here to here? But at the same time, I want to give that to the women, saying it's okay to be messy. It's okay
It's
to not be
okay.
perfect.
Being
It's
messy.
okay. So if we change our minds, that's okay. And that's what happened a lot in the past 6 months. I found so much clarity in the past, since January. First, I set some boundaries at home and here. I let go of a lot of shit, like, in order to get to that next level, because I feel it, so like, if you're hearing this and you're like, okay, I know I'm capable of more, you have to shed some shit. You have to let go of the old you, the old identity, because my old identity was Hit It With Britt. I'd be in the grocery store. I would be in the mall. I would be anywhere in public, like the local celebrities, hey, Hit It With Britt, you're Hit It With Britt. Or it's just, I'm like, no, I'm Brittany, like I had to let go of that guilt and that people pleasing and doing everything for so many other people. And finally say like, damn, like I got 4 kids to freaking feed and
Yeah.
I'm the breadwinner,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of pressure that comes along with that. So being able to not to realize and say like, it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to change your mind. Like you stay to your vision. Do not compromise your vision or let anyone else come in and do that too, because that has happened to me. That has happened to me with many different aspects of my business.
I love that you said that too, because like it is okay. We're giving you permission to moms that are sitting here that started one way in their business, or I was in corporate, now I'm doing this, or I was like, or where Brittany was, where she was, a single mom and then went to Hit It With Britt, then to build this beautiful facility. And now she's coaching, and it's okay for you to change your mind. It is all beautiful in the way that it unfolds because it is stepping stones to where you're going. It doesn't have to be your forever. This is where God is intending for you to go and your purpose. So like, for example, if people in the store was like, yeah, you're Hit It With Britt. Okay, yes, I am. But did you check out my new facility? Because my new facility is just about me, because that's my vision and my goal. Go hang out there and you're going to get exactly what you would have gotten with Hit It With Britt. So like, there's so many things I think, especially as women, is the whole fact of like, can we change our minds? Can we do these things? Can we chase our dreams? Because especially like from a small town, like where I am too, a lot of times is like, there is certain job duties that are expected of women, and or it is maybe the small town mentality of like, can we go chase our dreams? Or some of the people that we surround ourselves with don't necessarily believe in the goals and the dreams that we have because we're quote unquote crazy.
Yeah.
When in reality, if you literally just surround yourself with the right people, like look what Brittany came out of and look at where you are now. And look at even the question marks you had, we're now where you are.
Yeah. And those question marks are now like exclamation points.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Because now I'm like saying to people that instead of saying, oh, I know you miss me. Thank you. Like, yes, I'm moving on. Oh, you've changed. Yes, like that type of response. Like, no, I'm still doing exactly what I was doing. The gym was a catalyst to where I want to go. The gym started off like that. That was what ignited the fire, and to realize that I love transforming people. That is my gift, and that's my human design. That's when I started crying hysterically when I was at the retreat. Like, okay, wow, that's crazy, because that's what I've done for so many years, but now I'm doing it on a different level. And I will tell you, it is very challenging though, when you're in person transforming people, and I'm the hype girl. I'm all about mindset, and doing that in person and feeling their energy, to having now to go behind the screen and do it. So that I think has been what has been the most challenging thing for me, where I'm shifting of like, what's my, like between all the things from marketing and sales and the new systems, because I have all these beautiful systems at the gym and I have an incredible team, but then shifting that to the online space. And now I'm like, I don't need validation from others, but I do, because are you listening? It's like that. So that is something that I'm still really working on, but I'm very aware of and speaking to it. Like I'm saying to people on my podcast, like, hey, can you just like send me a poop emoji so I know you listened and you like it? Like something just simple, or so that's where this shift of going from brick and mortar to online is a new experience. And I'm seeing that even more so when I'm speaking to my clients and potential people of, wow, I want more flexibility. I want to be home with my kids. I want to go run a beach house and still work. Like I've got my dreams,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what you actually said there is like critical for people to hear. No matter how successful you are, no matter how much you work on this mentally, you still are human, and you still need that small bit of validation, or we still go through imposter syndrome, or we still ask the questions of what are we doing? And like, even if we're at the level that you and I are at, or even above us or below, like whatever, it does not go away. Yeah. It gets more manageable because you have now addressed it and you're aware of it. And you say, this is what I need from you to help me feel better. And it's okay to ask for that. That's unapologetically asking for things that you need in your business, in yourself, in all the things that you do. So this is 2 women that are moms, that are running businesses, that are successful, giving you permission to just take a step back and say, this is what I need. I know I'm walking in my purpose. And if you aren't, take a pause and ask yourself, what do I want to do? And then it will get clear. When you get quiet and get silent, it comes out.
It sure does.
All right, listeners, we're excited to introduce Horror Wellness and Aesthetics, a team of industry experts dedicated to empowering your unique wellness goals. At Horror, they believe in a comprehensive approach. They seamlessly integrate the latest advancements in anti-aging and weight loss solutions with a holistic focus on your overall well-being. Their team creates personalized plans designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Discover innovative treatments like Morpheus 8 and weight loss injections, all delivered with the utmost expertise and a commitment to exceptional patient care. Horror Wellness believes true beauty radiates from healthy mind, body, and spirit. That's why they pride themselves on offering an extensive range of services to address your unique needs. So take the first step on your wellness journey and visit Horror Wellness and Aesthetics at horrorwellness.com or call 985-353-0394 to schedule your consultation. Let the industry experts at Horror guide you towards a healthier, more confident you. I want to go with you, Brittany, on this aspect and journey because you are a huge advocate as well. And mine probably started about last year. So I'm curious to see when yours is. When did you truly start investing in yourself and in your business, whether that was putting yourselves in rooms, whether that is hiring coaches, whatever that may look like? And what has it done for your business and for you? And talk about the fear of the investments that you've had and what you were like, holy shit, can I afford this? Am I supposed to do this? Is this going to make or break me? Tell us like all of it.
I love that you asked that because I'm still in the fear because now I want more because I love it so much. I'm obsessed with it. So it started when I actually started HiititwithBritt. I had someone reach out to me, a network, an MLM, and they introduced me products, which were very, the synergy and the alignment with the gym. So it worked. Transform my body. I literally had so many transformations with my clients really quick.
Yeah.
So I started putting myself in their rooms. That was the number one thing they said. It was Advocare. I don't know if you heard of Advocare.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're big in Texas. And I finally didn't feel alone. This was my first time I got mentorship because a lot of them own gyms. They were much into health and wellness. So once I went to the big conferences and we had small meetups in the regional, that's when I was like, what is this personal development space? And give me more of it. And then let me start reading. What are podcasts? That's when I started just really absorbing all of the content that I could for free, and I was a single parent at this time too. So going away and having someone take care of my kid, it was a challenge, but let me tell you, I made it work because I knew how important it was and I knew what it would do. I knew the return. So, that just continued and elevated. I started investing in coaches through the company, that had their own side gigs. And then, I invested, I spent a lot of money, for my team. I brought in a whole consulting mentorship group where I received one, my student manager received a coach, my 4 coaches received coaches, tons of education. I just believe in the power of this and what it can do and how it serves so many people. And it's a domino effect. It's very contagious.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, entrepreneurship is really the game of personal development. That's what I really genuinely feel with income coming in, however that looks. And then I was so inspired by everyone that has impacted me that I'm like, okay, it's my turn. I can do this. It's my experience. It's not so much my certifications. I'm not a certified life coach. I did not get my certification in the type of coaching, but what I've done for so long is coaching. Even coaching my when I was a basketball coach in high school, or even my kids' basketball coach. Everything is in that realm. So it's all aligned. But getting yourself in rooms, I can't say it enough. It changes. It's a game changer. That's it.
It changes you as a human being.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like there's never enough. And that's the thing. And then when you leave that room, you're on such a high and you want to continue that momentum. That is the feeling that I always want to feel and I want others to feel. Like that's why I created Guts, because I want you leaving here with clarity, with connections, and with more alignment. And we need to fucking celebrate. Sorry. We need to celebrate each other. So that is why I love these spaces, because it really is like once you find the space that you feel good in, that's it too. And it takes trial and error, but it's showing up by yourself, if you know, and having a conversation, not surface level. Like I'm not here for surface level conversations.
I don't want to know about like what you ate for breakfast. Like I want to know about why you here.
I don't know, like even like when I go to my kids' games, like when people like talk about the weather, I'm just like, bye, sorry, I don't got time for this. Like it's just like
it's just baseball hat. I'm not here. I'm actually not nice at all. Like I don't want to talk to you. I'm kidding.
Where's my hat?
Where's my hat? I look homeless half the time. People are like, I don't even know who that is. I love that though that you're saying it, because truly, like I think I was in the very beginning when I started investing in my business, I was too scared to invest because of how much money it does cost to invest to get yourself in certain rooms. But when you go to the right rooms, the magic that happens, and like these events, like, so if you're listening to this, Brittany and I do kind of run in the same circle of events that we go to because we're in the same world. So if you're in this world, our events we go to are 100%, like we give them a 5-star stamp or maybe a 10-star stamp. But like when you are researching something that to invest in, whether it's an event, whether it's a coach, you have to understand what they're doing and do they match your energy? Are they going to excite you? Are you going just to a conference to write some notes and then when you get back, reality hits and you have zero motivation? You have to want to put the motivation in and then implement the work that has to happen. Because I walked into a room last year with Keisha's Empower Her, and I could have easily, I knew like Barbara, but she wasn't with me the morning we worked out. And I could have easily just buried my head in my phone. And cause didn't want to talk to anyone. And I remember my coach saying, if you're going to get a regular ROI out of this, you have to talk to someone. And so I was like, her voice was ingrained in my brain. So I was like, you know what? Nope. So I'd go up to people and it was awkward as hell, but I was like, hi, I'm Shelby. And it was just like, I don't know what we said next, but like some of us are like still friends. So like, putting yourself in these rooms is so important, and investing in your business is so freaking important.
It is. And one thing I want to add to that is when you're going in these rooms, go in with intention. Like, what is your intention? What is your goal leaving here? Because I will, when I'm going into rooms, I will just give myself 3 questions. So I know I can get those answered. Like, I want to make sure I am, because my time is valuable. My energy is valuable. I am a generator. I'm a 3-6 generator, so emotional generator. Yeah. So when we're talking about the human design, my energy is everything. But I want to receive it. But like I said before, I also want to give it. And that is the number one thing that people would say to me all the time as a coach. Like, you have, like, your energy is contagious. So when if I'm creating a room, creating a space, or if I'm going to go in the space, I want to maximize my time and my energy. And that's how I'm leaving, knowing that like I was fulfilled in whatever area I'm coming there for.
Yeah. Okay. So next question for you is, if you were to give advice to our listeners, a lot of them are moms or business owners, what would be one key advice to them that you would give as they're starting their journey as entrepreneurship? Maybe they're struggling right now with being an entrepreneur and a mom. What does that look like, and what piece of advice would you give them?
The first thing, like my reaction right now is you have to be adaptable and flexible, because when I think like there is like, it's going to change. There's going to be change, and there's going to be the uncertainty of between motherhood and entrepreneurship, and the ebbs and flows of both. We never know. So to be able to be patient, be flexible, be adaptable, and to lean on people and to seek that support. And whether it's the beginning in the rooms, whether it be your family. So those things, like, that's how I've been able to survive. And I don't want to say survive. That's how I've been able to thrive in this. Not survive. I'm not talking about like, hey, Maslow's hierarchy, like down, like there. We're going to the peak of that triangle, babe.
We're going up. Okay. Last question. How can you help people? Like, tell us about what you have coming up, your event. Tell us about your mastermind that you have coming up. Tell us about your coaching aspect of things. Tell us everything.
Yeah. So right now I am going to be taking a few more clients, one-on-one clients this summer. I am I'm with you, Shelb. I'm doing the power of the pause a little bit. I'm
Yeah,
enjoying my children more. I'm being present more. I'm taking time, some more self-care for myself. I'm
I
doing
love
some more
it.
inward work. So I'm pausing, but doesn't mean I'm stopping working.
Yes.
So I have my mastermind waitlist, and that should be in the fall now, taking some one-on-one clients. And then I just want I want more women, more mothers who are entrepreneurs in my community, like building community. I love building community. And that's like where I'm at still in terms of coaching, connecting, reaching out to people. And like, that's where I want to be. And I
Yeah.
know for the future, like in terms of, I would love to, I'm thinking of having a podcast event, but next March is going to be guts. Every year for Women's History Month will be girls using their strengths.
All right. Tell people a little bit about guts, though, to give us a little insight.
So guts is for girls using their strengths, and being March Women's History Month, and it's a longer month and it's kind of a boring month for people. It's a weird transition, right? So I'm like, what perfect timing. It is all about empowerment and celebrating and connecting with women and then leaving with clarity. So I say those 3 C's. It's build that community. I mean, I even just when building that in the matter of 6 weeks, I started an Instagram, and it grew to like 700 people in a matter of like a couple of months. I'm like, wow, that was so organic. That's pretty freaking cool.
Oh
Women
my God,
want this.
stop. Just stop. First off, the fact that you're cheering for 700 people, it
Yeah.
makes me excited because I hear so many people that talk about, oh, I don't even have 1,000 followers yet. Or like, I only
No.
have 700 followers. I need you to hone in on the fact that it gets you so excited.
Yes.
Google 700 people in a room. Damn it.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to
No.
pause.
Like that's like there's like, and I love being able to give back to my community. So that's the one thing. If I'm not giving to, like, in terms of tangible to my community inside the gym, I'm here, I'm present, but if I'm not giving my power and my gifts, then giving back to my larger community here in Albany. So I mean, we have what we've done. I'm going to actually change it up a little bit. Obviously, we need to make it bigger and better,
Yes, girl.
right? Like, dream big,
Dream
stop
big.
playing small,
We ain't
right?
trying to play small no more.
And panels like that. I loved bringing women in just to hear just what the wisdom that they have to bring, their strengths. I had everything from vitality of your health and women's hormones. Like, that's been since I turned 41. That shit has changed so much, and I want to learn more about that myself. And so does so many other women. And
Yeah.
then one of my I'm going to keep this one. One of the panels is called "Own Your." And it's just
Yes.
about resilience and overcoming obstacles and sharing your story. And just when you're learning about other people's stories, like, I just find that, like, I love that, because we tend to have the victim complex. We all have our shit, but like, there's a lot more people who have their shit too. Like,
Yeah.
this is where we can connect and not feel alone. So between panels and speakers and doing some breakouts and some brainstorming, yeah, it's in food, and oh my gosh, the sponsors and the
So
swag bags,
good.
so much fun. And it's just, and dress up, like, and just have some fun, that it's in my gym. Like, I transformed my gym to a beautiful big space.
I
Yeah.
love that. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
oh, thank you so much for being here. I think that this was absolutely a freaking rock star episode. If you want to follow, aka if you will follow her, obviously, I'm going to put everything in the show notes. But thank you so much for being here, guys. If you love this episode, please like, comment, share, and leave us a review. Until next time, let's freaking get it. And that's a wrap on another episode of Damn Good Marketing Podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you comment, review, share it with a friend. Come back next week. And until next time, let's freaking get it.